Hello and welcome to Crypto News. Today is April 2nd, 2025, and the top news for crypto is as follows. We will start today with our ETFs and go to Grayscale, which has the so-called digital large cap, a private capital fund that holds Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and Cardano. Grayscale simply wants to convert this private capital into an ETF. Moving on from ETFs, we will discuss companies looking to buy Bitcoin. First, GameStop has completed an offering worth $1.5 billion, meaning the company now has $1.5 billion to buy Bitcoin. From GameStop, we move to Tether, which in the first quarter purchased $735 million worth of Bitcoin. That is 8,888 Bitcoin. The Bitcoins it now holds are worth $7.8 billion. Next, we look at Metaplanet, which has become the 9th largest company holding Bitcoin after its latest purchase of $67.8 million worth of BTC. It bought 696 BTC and now owns 4,046 BTC, valued at $350 million. From companies buying Bitcoin, we turn to exchanges, starting with Binance. It has officially delisted Tether from its exchange. The reason, as previously reported in Crypto News, is that Tether is not regulated in the European Union. Based on Binance's earlier statements, we expected this delisting to happen during this period. From Binance, we move to Bybit, which has announced that it will close its NFT marketplace on April 8th, 2025. The reason for this closure is the declining trading volume in the overall NFT market. As we've mentioned in previous Crypto News reports, NFTs have not been a strong narrative in this cycle. Closing out our exchange news, we turn to stablecoins, specifically Circle. We've learned that Circle has submitted a request to the SEC seeking to become a publicly traded company. According to the SEC filing, Circle reported $1.67 billion in revenue for 2024, marking a 16% year-over-year increase. The most interesting revelation from these filings is that Circle paid nearly $908 million in 2024 to Coinbases to facilitate the issuance of USDC into Coinbases. As mentioned in previous episodes of Crypto News, Coinbase is essentially the second parent of USDC, so it makes sense that Circle would allocate such a large payment. Moving on from stablecoins, we focus on cryptocurrencies. Ethereum has managed to surpass Solana and DEX trading volume for the first time in 6 months. However, this is only partially true. If we check the DeFi Llama, we see that in the past 24 hours, Ethereum recorded $1.177 billion in trading volume, while Solana recorded $1.123 billion. Despite this, Solana still has a strong ecosystem, with projects like Pump Fund and its swap, PumpSwap, which continues to perform well in the crypto market. Notably, PumpSwap has generated $2.62 billion in trading volume over the past 2 weeks. As a result, if we check DeFi Llama now, we see that Solana is currently leading in volume with $1.37 billion in 24-hour trading, while Ethereum remains at $1.177 billion. So, as you can see, Ethereum briefly surpassed Solana in volume for a few hours. Basically, it was the first time in 6 months that this has happened that they made news. And a more important piece of news for Solana is Ms. Kristin Smith, who we learn is resigning from her position on the board of directors of the Blockchain Association to join Solana. I would like to remind you that the Blockchain Association is an organization that supports politicians in favor of crypto and played a role in the election of the President of the United States, Donald Trump, who was very positive toward the crypto market during his pre-election campaign. Let's say that her position at Solana appears to be leading the new policy push for Layer 1 blockchain Solana. We do not know exactly what she will do, but surely Solana is bringing on board a person with very strong connections. Moving on to crypto, we will look at XRP, whose price is down 14% in the 7-day chart. Something that does not help the price of XRP is the XRP whales, which seems to have sold XRP worth $2.3 billion over the past week. As I said, this does not support the price. As for XRP news, there is nothing new. Next, we go to Dogwafat, which, as we know from previous episodes of Crypto News, wanted to enter the Las Vegas sphere. However, according to the organizers, this plan seems to have failed. For this reason, they plan to return approximately $700,000. We do not know when this repayment will begin, but what we do know is that Dogwafat is down 26% in the 7-day chart. Below in the description, I will include the official announcement from the team that attempted to introduce Dogwafat into the Las Vegas sphere. Now, let's look at the crypto market. Bitcoin is standing at $84,000, and yesterday it briefly reached $85,000 before dropping back back to its support level, which appears to be acting as resistance, if the price does not break above this level today. It is worth mentioning that Bitcoin is hovering around $85,000 due to rumors suggesting that the tariffs will be 20% in all countries where Trump wants to impose it. Previously, some speculated that the tariffs could be between 35 to 50%, but based on new rumors, it seems to be lower than expected. As a result, both crypto and traditional markets reacted positively. However, I must emphasize again that these are just rumors, and we do not yet know the real numbers. That wraps up the top news for crypto. Today is April 2nd, 2025. I'd like to remind you that the content you just watched is created for educational purposes only and should not be considered as investment advice, but rather as investment opinion. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and feel free to comment. Take care, everyone, and have a good day.